All right. I'm sorry. It's got to upload every single time. It's gonna have to. All right. Now I'm gonna share. You should be on lesson 6, random numbers, bubble 1. And on my end, it shows all of the bubbles, and the bubbles are filled in if they're complete. So I put in an activity in Canvas today that gives you credit for doing the different bubbles for this week. It's one assignment for both days. All right, so let's look at this first one. Now I've got stuff in my way. Let me move it out of my way. All right, so it says write down what you think will happen when you press the run button. So we're introducing a new block. The block we're introducing is a random number block. So notice that it's using camel case. Okay, so camel case is where you have capital letters in the middle of it. There's no spaces. When you're naming variables, you can't use spaces. Try to predict what will happen when you press the run button. Write down what you think will happen, run the code, compare the, don't worry about comparing your screen because you can't do that. Press the run button several times and notice what happens in the drawing each time. So put your answer here. That's how you get the completed bubble, is by putting your answer there. Now, if you don't remember, the the blanks are called parameters. This first blank is the x coordinate parameter. Second blank is y coordinate. Then you have your width, and then you have your height. So this particular button is a random number, but somewhere, and what this means is somewhere between 200 and 400. Now, does anybody want to share what they think is going to happen when they run it? Can't find the chat. Oh, there it is. All right, so the x coordinate, does the x coordinate um do left and right or up or down? Yeah, I've done graphing, right? Okay, so Justinius thinks that it's going to be a circle. The tomato in question and quotation marks deals with the color. Yeah, but that's good. So what's going to happen is it's going to
So
randomly,
it's basically just a red background.
yes,
Okay.
it's always going to be in the middle of the vertical side. It's going to be in the center vertically because the second number is 200. It does not change. It's what's called a constant. And you'll talk about constants in math. But this one, the random number, 200 to 400, means that is the x coordinate means it's going to be left to right on the right-hand side, I believe. Yeah. Now your answer could be a lot more unspecific, more general. Right now it is, let's see, it's almost in the center, but notice it's only on the right-hand side. Now, if I change this, I don't think I can change it. Oh yeah, I can. To 0, 400, then it's going to be somewhere along this line anywhere. There, that puts it on the left side sometimes too. Now, why would we need to do something randomly like this? Now, think about the games that you play. I see we're going to be quiet today. If you're, yes, randomizers, like how the creature's spawning, especially if you're fighting, yes, fighting something, you're going to have things pop up all over the place, but you don't want it to be in a pattern that can be recognized because then the game gets predictable and boring. All right, let's look at number 2. All right, you now have a new, Minecraft. I have a foster kid staying with me right now who is absolutely obsessed, like to an unhealthy degree, with Minecraft. It is insane. But I didn't know that people still played it, but whatever. All right, so you have a new block in the math drawer called random number, and it has the parentheses there. That means that is where your parameters are going to go. The parameters that go in the parentheses is going to be your first number and your last number, what you want it to be between. If you're going to do between 100 and 300, it can do 100 and it can do 300. It includes those. Okay. All right. Okay. Built your skin. You're gonna have to explain that to me. I've never played the game.
What is the math part?
Hang on a second. All right, the math. There are different drawers. The random number is in the math drawer. So, Gabe, are you gonna explain to me what it means to build your skin? Or Tristan, somebody. I'm really curious. I still don't understand what they're recreating. Because when I hear the word skin, I'm thinking, okay. All right. The character. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I'm thinking, what in the world? Okay. Like I said, I've never played it. It doesn't really make much sense to me. My kids and I were talking yesterday about what all consoles I have played on, but Minecraft has not been one. Okay, so you have a new block in the math drawer. There's a lot of blocks in the math drawer that are helpful. And the one that we're talking about is random number. So if you make your drawings with random numbers, it would look a little bit different every time you run your program. Click on the box to read its documentation and learn more about how it works. Right now, the program only draws an ellipse on the right side of the screen. Let's update the code so the ellipse could appear anywhere horizontally. And I just did that. I didn't realize that they were going to do it. So change that 200 to 0 on yours and then submit it, and then you'll have that bubble complete. Remember, the first parameter is for an ellipse is the the horizontal placement. And then the first one on the random number should be the smallest number you want it to be to the largest number you want it to be. All right, so when you press finish.
Wait, what did you do?
I pressed finished and it gave me that funny sound. All right, so let's go to bubble 3. Here is the same sun from last time. Right now, only the x coordinate is random. You can make the y coordinate random also. All right, so I guess they're calling that a sun. So if you click on the math drawer and drop the block into the second one. Now, it's really easy to drop it in the wrong place. So if you need to delete it, you just click on it and drag it off the screen. And right now, 1 to 10 is going to keep it up top, somewhere along the top. So I'm going to change it to 0 to 400. And that will put it anywhere on the screen.
I was about to say your thing just showed your tab.
Yeah, I was trying to find one of my missing tabs. Yeah.
Wait, why do you have to keep pressing reset and reset? No, like run and reset and run and reset to get it to the right place.
That's a good question. And when you press reset, it's going to rerun the random code and it'll pick a different number. It's because
Bye.
the way that it happens right now, it's only choosing the number once. Now, let's see what the next bubble has. And then if it doesn't answer your question that you don't know that you need to ask, then I'll answer it for you. Okay? So click finish and then go.
Did I have to have my circle in the right place that you just had it?
Hang on a second. Hang on. How do I? Hey, can you hang on just a second? All right. Sorry about that. That was the kids' school calling. Okay. Let's see. Variables and numbers. Variables can be assigned a random number too. This lets you save a single random value so you can use it as many times as you want. So what we're going to do is this one with the eye size was one of the bubbles from level 5 on variables. And right here on lines 13 and 14, remember that the first numbers are your x coordinate, your second number is your y coordinate, and then you have eye size and eye size. And what that means is the width and height. So let's go to the math drawer and draw a random number generator in the variable itself. And what do you think a good small number and a good big number might be for the eye size? each block is 50. So use that to help figure out what size you think might work. All right, so I'm asking the class, okay? So Jasini, are you saying 60 for the largest number or the smallest number? All right. And then what do you think we should use for the smallest number? Okay, so we're gonna do any number between 20 and 60. And then we'll reset it and run it. So right now, the eye size, it looks to be around 50. There, it's smaller.
Kind of
Medium.
looks kind of creepy.
Yeah. So we can change it to make the range larger. We'll do between, I'm not going to do 0 because I don't want the creature to have no eyes. So every time and notice that the height and the width is the same for both eyes every time. And that's because instead of changing it down here, you changed it up here instead of changing it on line 13 and 14. Because if you changed it there, the width and the height, they will all be different numbers every time. All right. Quick finish and move on to bubble 5. Okay, so these two flowers use a single variable to store their petal size, but the value stored in the variable changes in the middle of the program. Let's update the program so each petal appears with different size each time it's run. All right, so let's see. Notice that we have a petal size on line 5 and line 17. And we're going to change both of those. See, right now this one is 30 and this one is 60 always. So let's change the small number to 30 and the large number to 60. And each time you do it, they're different. You can make them more variable if you want to. They don't even have to be the same.
Wait, what did you do to separate it? I didn't get to see.
Okay, so on line 5 and line 17, the variable is being called for 2 different times. So I clicked on the math button and put a random number in each one. All of the code already exists. All I did is add random number to line 5 and the random number to line 6. So every time I run it, it's going to be different. All right, so this one is not going to talk about the answer to Jasinia's question earlier. Jasinia was saying, why do I have to click reset and run every time? Well, your code is not in a loop. It's only going to run once. So it's only going to choose the random number every time it appears just once. But if you have it in a draw loop, it's going to be something that loops, and every time the code executes and it goes back to the beginning, it's going to pick a different random number. And draw loops are something that we will be using next week to start our animation process. All right. So I want you to do level 6 and level 7. Let me change. First, I'm going to stop the recording. Hold on. Let me find my share button.